All right. So I'm hearing the trade rumors now. We're trying to unload Russell Westbrook to Cleveland. I don't know if we'll actually be able to pull that off, but the Cleveland Cavaliers do have some contracts they want to get rid of, and Colin Sexton is a player who's out for the season. But I think it would be addition by subtraction for them to not only get that kid a new home for a deal that helps them get rid of the Kevin Love contract, but also puts them in a position to kind of just kind of move forward in some ways that maybe they haven't been in the recent past by finally being able to get rid of Kevin Love. Now, for me, the Lakers, first of all, as a Laker fan, hell yeah, do this right now, no problem. I'm sighing for the Cleveland side of things because I don't know why the hell they want Russell Westbrook's contract when they have a nice young core full of kids who are going crazy. And Kevin Love, even though his contract is not very reasonable, what you also have is him playing well within the system full of those kids. I mean, he's just another role player on that team, and they're a playoff team. Russell Westbrook's going to deter that. Now, I probably should go ahead and erase this because I don't want anyone from Cleveland to hear this, because if they don't already understand that, we certainly don't want to put it in their heads. Do the deal. But like, if I'm Cleveland, I'm looking Kobe Altman, I'm saying, I don't see the angle here, buddy. You're one of my favorite GMs in the league, and I don't see the angle there. As a Laker fan, I thank you. My family thanks you. Laker Nation thanks you. Everybody thanks you. But this is probably a horrible deal for the Cleveland Cavaliers on every front. Kevin Love's contract is a better contract than Russell Westbrook's for the Cleveland Cavaliers because he fits better. He just fits better. He fits a lot better than Russell Westbrook's about to in Cleveland. And I really don't know how that helps Darius Garland. Darius Garland's one of the best facilitators in the league right now, in my opinion. He's one of the best scoring young players in basketball. There's a couple guys who are going crazy from the assist and scoring category right now all at once. You got, it's like 5 of them who are just kicking tail, and he's one of them. So it's like, Anthony Simons. I'm looking at Tyrese Maxey. I'm thinking about there's a few other guys too as well who are doing the exact same thing in that way. And you just don't know why you would want to deter that by bringing someone who plays this position in to further frustrate things. Not only that, but they have addition by subtraction in the fact that Sexton is out. So that did leave room for Garland to have the ball. You bring Westbrook in, now you bringing that dynamic to your team this year that you were so lucky to not have on your team right now. So I just see this is all bad for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Everything about that trade is horrible for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Period. Now, for the Lakers, this is a godsend. If we are able to pull this off, we need to pop bottles like we won something. I kid you not. First of all, anybody that would be willing to take Russell Westbrook's contracts off of us is a angel to us. But not only that, what they're also talking about throwing in was C.D. Osman, who's a young player. Well, not too young anymore, but he's like a guy in his prime right now who could help us tremendously. Obviously, one of LeBron's favorite people, his friend that he had in Cleveland, his rook. We know they have a great relationship, so that's a no-brainer. Obviously, Kevin Love, for all the reasons, just the same, should be here. We've thought Kevin Love should be here for many years. The problem with him is the same problem that Russell has. His contract is horrible. But he's resurged. He's back to playing Kevin Love basketball. He damn near looked like an all-star out there, and he's healthy for the first time in a very long time. Now, you don't have expectations of him staying healthy. That's the problem with Kevin Love. But for me, it's like if I'm going to bring in a contract that I hate, it should probably be one that fits the squad that we have. And that's exactly what that is. Kevin Love fits. He would fit in a small ball lineup. He stretches the floor. Obviously, he's a great rebounder. He's clearly long in the tooth, but like I said, he's having a resurgence. So you just want to ride that wave a little bit. And I think that contract's a bit more mature than it had been. Obviously, it was one of the worst contracts, but it's seasoned a little bit. So I have to take a look at it to see exactly how bad it is. In a vacuum, in theory, you would rather have Russell Westbrook because you would imagine Russell would be more healthy going forward. You would imagine Russell would be more, give you more energy, more pace on your team and stuff like that. So just in a vacuum, if I'm a random NBA team, I'd probably rather have Russell Westbrook's contract than Kevin Love's contract going forward. You just think of Russell as a more durable body, period. But with some of the issues that Russell has, some of the problems that we have with our roster, the fact that we benched him last night, all of that just screams, a divorce is necessary, and a path forward is probably a part if possible. And if it didn't seem possible, so if this deal is in fact on the table, the Lakers need to pull the trigger on that and not think twice. And the most important part of this deal for the Lakers is bringing back Colin Sexton. Now, we know he will not play this year. He will not play this year. He's out for the season with a knee injury. But the word is the Lakers are looking to sign him, to bring him in next year and sign him long term. Now, that is, in my opinion, an interesting decision. Not that I don't believe in the young bull, because I definitely do. But young bull is a scoring point guard. So, it's a LeBron move. It's definitely a LeBron move, because what we know is that he's a guy who's going to put his head down and score 30 points. And he's going to do it a lot. And some of that energy that Russell Westbrook brings, young bull can bring some of that too. And particularly defensively, he sits in that chair and he can play some defense. Now, he's had his issues facilitating the ball and things like that. He's not a perfect player. His shot selection could be better. You're going to have issues, in some cases where you're going to be like a little frustrated. It's going to be a curve for him to get in shape. Hopefully he can have a good summer so he can get himself back in shape. He's very young. He's still developing, and he's an all-star level player. Don't get it twisted. Young bull is a 30-point scorer right now, and he is very consistent when he's healthy too. So I have no doubt he's going to probably be an all-star for the Lakers 2-3 years down the road, and would have been an all-star for the Cleveland Cavaliers had he not gotten hurt and had not the presence of Darius Garland taking his minutes from him. But all in all, he's a score-first guy. So you got to have facilitating on the floor when he's out there. You're not looking to him to make others better. You're looking for him to get buckets and possibly lock some people up here and there. So I love young bull. I like him for a LeBron James team, because I think LeBron James plays best when he has scoring point guards, not necessarily facilitating point guards in theory. He's the one piece that you can say, okay, we want Dame Lillard here because he can get the ball to Dame. He can get the ball to scoring guards. So, in most cases, if you need a facilitator, you don't want young bull. But for what we are, he's definitely a good piece. I just wonder if post LeBron we still feel that way. And if we don't have a facilitator on the floor, will he be able to develop into one? Which I don't have any idea. I don't know. But we know, like I'm telling you, Colin Sexton is super talented. The knee injury is a little frustrating, but with his age, he's going to bounce back from that. Technology and stuff like that. He'll bounce back from that knee injury, and I believe he'll be 100% again. So, yeah, for me, I do this deal. I smile about it. Like I said, I pop bottles if I'm the Lakers. If I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm really wondering what the hell Kobe Altman is thinking, because there's no scenario where bringing Russell Westbrook to the Cleveland Cavaliers this season is better for your team. No scenario. None. The only thing that makes sense is if you're able to then flip him once again for something you want, which literally makes no sense, given the fact that this is one of the hardest contracts to move, as you can clearly see. So, I don't see no positive in bringing Russell Westbrook to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I truly don't. Zero positive. I think that's going to be one of the worst deals ever made. And I get it. You're trading away a player, that you need to get rid of in Kevin Love, but you're not shedding salary, because you're bringing back Russells. So how's that actually setting salary? I don't know. But if Cleveland wants to be an angel on our shoulder, we will take it. And thank you, Kobe Altman. You're the man, bro. Pull this trigger, and we will always sing your praises. So that's what it is, man. That's the trade rumor. I think there's another player in that trade that I might have forgotten. I think the Lakers may have to give up something else to make this deal happen. I just only saw Russell Westbrook name and then the three players that we would be getting back. So I'd imagine the Lakers going to have to sweeten that deal some, and I think it probably was another name mentioned there. Maybe none or something like that. But, yeah, the intention is to sign young bull long term, which is when you got a player coming back from the injury, you do hesitate. But when you look at what he's capable of, you check out some of them highlights of him over these last 3 years, you'd be like, oh, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, bring him in. You just want him to come back healthy from that knee. That's all. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this deal. I think it's a deal that tells you that we're done with this season, though. I hate to tell you this, but if you give away Russell Westbrook and you're not bringing back the main piece of, who can play right now, this is what we're doing. We're bringing in Colin Sexton, who will not play this season. Then you understand this is a next season move. This is exactly what I was talking about, is in getting assets that you can get for yourself that'll be worth something tomorrow because the season's a wash. So it seems like Rob Pelinka kind of understands that and is doing exactly what I would do in this situation, which is try our very best to unload Russell Westbrook and take back whatever anyone gives you in doing so. And It brings bronze guys back, man. It gets them Osman and K Love. So you gotta love that for the continued consistency of what it is we've been doing, which is surrounding Braun with his guys. So yeah, man. It said that preliminary talks had begun, so that's very encouraging, and we'll see what happens, man. If Rob Pelinka is able to do this, I'm telling you, this is one of the great heists. Like I told you guys, I was like, he needs to be able to pull off a Kwame Brown, Pau Gasol type deal. This is exactly what this would be. It's a very exact type of thing. This is extreme value coming our way for very little value going out, and I'm very confused about what Cleveland's doing. I don't know. Don't know. My name is BDF44. I thank y'all for watching. Good luck, Lakers. I'm out.